Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the very next episode of Triple N, Interview and Influencer. I go by the name BerryTone Jones, and today we have another incredible lyricist to speak with us. He's an artist, an event host. He's the founder and owner of the nonprofit organization Poetry and Chill, and he's also the co-owner of Visionaries Clothing. Please give it up for the man, Gregory II. How you doing, King? How you doing? How you feel?
I'm doing good, brother. I appreciate you for having me. I appreciate it.
Most deaf. Thanks for answering. So, first of all, for those who don't know you, who is Gregory II? What can you tell them about that person?
Well, I'm an entrepreneur, business owner. I started Poetry and Chill just the summer of 2017. I'm new at this. I didn't really have the dream of, throwing events and stuff like that. I'm an artist myself. So I just kind of started throwing events for myself. And
it just kind of blossomed into something beautiful.
60 people. Yeah. And it just grew from there. But just to say who Gregory is, I'm just a little bit of everything. I can't put me in one category. I'm still growing and learning right now.
Of course. How old are you, Greg?
I'm 29.
29, yeah. Still, so you just finna leave that 20 stage and then hop into the dirty 30s. Yeah.
Definitely in my prime now.
So have you always been so lyrically talented, or is this something that you had to develop over time?
I've been doing this since I was a kid, but actually stepping into it, I actually stepped into it when I was going on 25. I was like, man, I want to do it full time. And I started doing open mic shows, going to open mic shows, doing that. And my biggest fear is public speaking. You feel me?
Most
people
people
know that because I throw events, but hosting, talking in front of people is really it really gives me the chills. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm an introvert, I like to keep to myself.
Word.
So it's one of those things that I stepped out my comfort zone.
Right.
Yeah, so this kind of elevated to different things. Me coming back into poetry and hip-hop got me into finding new things about myself.
And speaking of poetry and hip-hop, because you're also a rapper as well, you do music. What do you think is the harder one, poetry or music? And what's really the difference between the two?
Man, me personally, I feel like poetry is harder because poetry is raw. Mm-hmm. It's real. Me performing, doing hip hop shows, doing poetry shows. It's harder doing poetry because you have no support.
Exactly.
No beat.
You don't have a beat to hide behind because as far as rap, you can just really go off the vibe. As long as the beat don't mess up, then you good, really.
Yeah, in poetry, you set the vibe.
Yeah.
You are the instrument. You are the beat. You are everything.
Everything, exactly. That's great. So what other hobbies do you do other than, just things concerning writing and lyrics and stuff? What else do you into?
We now started the after-school workshop. So I've been really involved in that. I didn't really think I would be involved in the educational system.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what? Real quick, I hear that, I don't know the exact percentage, but most teachers always say, man, if you'd have asked me when I was a kid coming up, I would have never been an educational person, but they always somehow fall into it. Maybe,
right.
I don't know how that happens.
It's accident because, high school kids started coming to my events. And then I did a casting call for the youth, and we had 50 submissions. And I was like,
just the first one?
Huh?
Off the first one? You had 50 submissions off the first one?
Yeah, first casting call that we ever did. And then I'm seeing the video, we did an event with the kids, and it was dancers, rappers.
Yeah.
Opened my eyes, man, these kids really like this stuff.
Yeah. It opened them up to multiple forms of art or ways to express themselves, basically. Because that's all
exactly.
That's all art is, just expressing, your inner soul and stuff. So, more on the business side, you say you started Poetry and Chill, the summer of 2017?
Yep, basically August of 2017.
All right, so what exactly inspired you to really go that far? I know you just kind of mentioned it a little bit, but what inspired you to really build and strengthen
it? The support from my city. The first event I did, it was was 60 people that came. And, you know, I promoted it myself, had my little logo, Portrait Chill, and so I just had shirts for sale. They was buying like hotcakes. I was like, damn. So then I did another one, maybe like a month and a half later, and it was like over 100 people. And at this time, we was like just in a regular venue, like a hole in the wall type venue. I had chairs, I had the lights, I had the feel, but we just like, you know, it's a regular venue. And after that, I was like, man, it's pretty dope. There's over 100 people here, you know what I'm saying? And so fast forward like 2 months, you know, February of 2018, we did this event at this venue. It was like, it holds up to 300 people. And within 15 minutes, we reached capacity. And I was like,
that's magic, man.
Damn. So like it still didn't get into me. Then fast forward to April, we hadn't reached capacity again, but it was a line wrapped behind the door. It was over 100 people that couldn't get in. And I was like, man, so then it got to the summertime, I started, you know, like, man, I need to actually figure out how to make this a foundation, like establish it. Because it was something that I just kind of did when I was sleeping, and it just got big. I was like, oh, man. And I told myself, whatever takes off, I'm going to ride that wave and build what else I want to build. So Poetry and Chill just really built to where I went to the, you know, OU, they hit me up, the Deltas. And that's what kind of got me to y'all, because the Deltas hit me up.
The Deltas from PV?
From OU hit me up.
Oh, okay.
And then I hit up the Deltas from PV, basically like using it as a campaign, like, hey, yo, they hit me up. This is what we did at OU.
So,
and then that's what we came to y'all.
So, what other places, if y'all don't know, Greg and the Poetry and Chill organization, they go from campus to campus, having like open mics and stuff. So, what other campuses have y'all been to?
We've been to Oklahoma State University. We just went to Fisk University last week, or a week and a half ago. We went to Cameron University. Where else are we going? University of Central Oklahoma. That's in Oklahoma.
So these are like mostly southern states?
Southern states. We're going to University of Arkansas, and we're going to Baylor.
Hey, when y'all coming back to PV? That's the question, man.
You know, actually, we're going back for homecoming. I'm actually talking to Elena. She's a student up there.
Yeah.
I think it's in Atlanta. So we're doing trying to come back for homecoming.
For sure, man.
So yeah, it just kind of, the college tour, that's what I'm saying, like, it's, when people ask me, I didn't plan it. You know, the college tour, I didn't know, even from y'all response, you know, we didn't know how the colleges were going to respond. So this is what we do in the city of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
You know, we was like, man, when we bring it to the colleges are mean. You feel me?
Hell yeah.
Y'all boo the hell out. Like, y'all ain't feeling it. And when we came to y'all, we went to the other ones, it was the positive feedback was like, man, so it's just grown since then to where now we just established it.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So what do you think is like the best like large scale effects that Poetry and Chill would have on society?
The educational system, I think, is going to shift because our teacher, Anthony Crawford, he's a teacher already. Like, he does it already. And I came to him about the workshop, and I was like, man, can you teach these kids, you know, poetry? Can you make this shit cool? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Basically, like, you make this cool. Like, you know, and he was like, yeah. And this high school kids that's coming by themselves. Like, I just text them every week, like, y'all pulling up.
And they just be like, yeah.
And it's been like that since October. And now we're at another high school. So I really feel like the educational system is going to shift to where, like, we're going to have it, like, you know, we're writing a curriculum. You know, we're getting that into the school system. Because I feel like we're not even teaching these kids about self-love, self-expression.
We're not, at least like as far as in the school system itself. That's why it's important for people like you, people like Anthony, people like myself to even just come and try to spread the message from a local point of view. Because it's much easier to, you know, relate to somebody that's closer to your age range or, you know, close to the ideas, that's somebody that you can relate to, you know.
Yeah, because most of our people that rock with us are freshmen in college. You feel me?
Word.
They graduated last year. Some of them were seniors in high school. So they rock with us. You know, we already went through college. We already graduated.
Right.
You know, they basically the bridge the gap to us, the high school kids, you know, and to the middle school kids. So it's really growing like that.
Word up. So, like, as a nonprofit, what are some ways that y'all have raised money? Like, do y'all do fundraising events or, like, do dinner parties, galas, things of that nature?
See, this is what, actually, we're just now getting into becoming a nonprofit. Because when I started, I had my own entertainment business. So Visionaries ENT is my LLC. So basically that created Poetry and Chill, and that was just like...
And by LLC, what do you, could you explain what that is real quick?
Legal liability company. So that's what, like, when people write the checks, they write checks to Visionaries ENT.
Right.
So Visionaries Clothing is under Visionaries ENT.
Gotcha.
And Poetry and Chill is under Visionaries ENT.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
So basically Poetry and Chill was supposed to be like another part of the entertainment. Now that the kids came up, I am switching it over to a 501c. I think that's
I'm familiar with those 501c, something like that. But yeah, that's
something like that. So I'm in the process this year of switching it because like now I'm profiting off of Poetry and Chill with the college tours. Some of the universities are going to pay us to come, so I'm having to separate the two. But as far as to answer your question, funding, like now we have an NBA sponsor.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he plays for Utah Jazz. Epe Udo.
That dude, I know that nigga. Yeah.
You know Epe? Okay. He went to Emerson, but he went to school here, Emerson Epe High School.
Oh, that's what's
in
up.
Oklahoma City. Yeah, so you know, and we've worked with him. He has a thing called LGR. So we've worked with him numerous times. So he's one of our big sponsors right now.
Yeah.
And then I've been basically sponsoring, you know, just paying for my own finances. So now we're looking, you know, Smoothie King. You ever heard of Smoothie King?
I love Smoothie King, man. Yeah.
They're actually one of our sponsors too now.
Yeah.
He just came in. One of the owners down here, he's sponsoring us now. So we're just now getting into getting sponsors and fundraisers and organizing it. Because like now it's just me and Anthony. And we have like 3 helpers. We have helper Christy, Bash, and Toby. So now we're just like getting things organized on the end because we didn't know that the kids were going to respond to.
Yeah, like you couldn't even imagine all this success that y'all been having. So
just from high school.
Yeah. So what do you think was the best opportunity that happened to y'all so far?
The best opportunity was for us to get into the Oklahoma City schools. We are like now we have access to the Oklahoma City public schools, so we can go in and talk to them about our events, talk to them about our workshops. That was kind of the best thing, and that all happened just from the juice we was getting from the grown-up stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and it kind of just led us in. So I think that was the best thing because it was all good, like packing out events, having 300, 400, 500 people. That's fun, but like when you have high school kids that's switching and shifting their whole mindset.
See, you can make a huge impact on somebody's life before they even know it. You might mess around and, y'all could create like the next great rapper because me personally, I don't know too many like famous people in general from Oklahoma City. Most people, when you say Oklahoma City, you think like Russell Westbrook or something, and he don't even go there.
You think of the Thunder.
Yeah.
Now, when you mention in Oklahoma City, when you mention Poetry and Chill, like it's starting to become that.
Yeah.
Like to where, like, OU, everybody knows the Oklahoma for OU.
For sure, yeah.
Everybody knows that. So now we're trying to get it to where, like, these kids, like, man, these kids are artists, entrepreneurs. We have different people that come talk to these kids. But like art schools, I mean, they don't know a lot of these rappers, actors that they look up to went to art schools. And
that is true.
Art schools and art programs in our school system. So that's why we're like, man, we're gonna push that. And that's basically been our main agenda. So it kind of switched like, man, I was doing events to have fun, kind of like an ego stroke. It was like a self-esteem. Like, I went out there like, man, I'm doing this for me. And then when I seen the positive feedback from the community, and then the kids, I was like, man, the kind of division got bigger.
Right. And that's how things, I think, should play out, like, just in life in general. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might have something that you have in mind, but when you see opportunity for bigger growth or better opportunities, then, it wouldn't be a bad thing to shift your view to gear toward that opportunity. So I'm glad that you and Anthony are taking that initiative to go after the younger minds before they get too developed or too deep-rooted in a certain paradigm, like a certain way of thinking. This poetry stuff, because that's a great way to express yourself. You actually you and the whole Poetry and Chill Squad, when y'all came up to BV, I actually got inspired because it's like going up on stage, seeing yourself, seeing a person just express themselves, being vulnerable at a time. That's a lot of strength and vulnerability. So I appreciate you for doing all that.
I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all energy was crazy out there, man. Y'all was the first HBCU we went to.
You had to set it off.
It set the tone, man. You ever heard of Langston University?
I heard of it, but I ain't been there, or I don't know too much about it.
We actually were thinking about doing a SWAT tour, hitting all the HBCUs.
Hey, that would be live, man. That would be incredible.
That's where we're working in right now, coming from homecoming, man. Y'all inspired us, man. Some of them guys that came with us have never performed outside of Oklahoma City. The younger ones that was just graduating high school, so man, y'all.
Didn't one of them come from PV?
Ray June.
Yeah, Ray June. Yeah.
He graduated from there. He's from the city, but yeah, he's older. He's about 26, 27.
Word. Well, yeah. Anyway, that pretty much wraps up the whole interview for today. So once again, I'd like to thank you. Thank you for answering the call, doing the interview. Thank you for existing and doing you. Keep doing you, King. And just stay up, my brother.
And appreciate it. Hey, when you get the video, tag me and I'm going to reshare it for you, brother.
Most definitely, man. Hey, dapping you up through the phone, dog.
All right, take care.
Peace, bro.